Welcome back, everyone. This is Everyone Loves Pirates, and in between episodes, I got some lunch, and hopefully that will make my mind a little sharper, which will still be fairly dull. But here we are. What happened? We have Desmond now. It's within our petty kingdom, which is great. We have a decent amount of holdings. We need to see what other actions we can have. We also have our retinue. I believe we're the first county in Ireland to get a retinue. You can't see here. Usually you just see them standing around. This little army with a flag. I actually don't know if there's a way to check specifically if someone has a retinue. I mean, we can look at the realm, but that doesn't say. We can look at... We'll see on ours. We have levy upkeep because it hasn't realized we let our levy down yet, but we have. And we have retinue upkeep. But normally it just doesn't say that you have a retinue, I don't believe. We'll see what happens. We'll just get the game going. Alright, that's right. We started a hunt at the end of the last episode. Excellent. So we see a large deer that we can kill. Let's send out our best hunter. That way our kinsman, I was thinking this might be our marshal, will like us more. We don't really need the piety. We're doing alright. We're getting a decent amount of piety. Look at this prestige, though. It's getting much better. We're getting 2 prestige a month now from all of our vassals and counties and everything. It's great. So I will send out our best hunter. Uh-oh. I see a mighty stag while my party is hunting. It's in yellow, so I know that it's a bad option. A stag! Run away! And yes, this option is because we are craven, and we have no choice. We get fears the stag. Fear of the stag. Cool, I've never seen that one before. That's funny. Fear of the stag. Speaking of prestige, I actually went on the Paradox forums, which is a great place to go. They're very helpful folks there. You just tie the forum to your game, and you can post. You might not even have to do that anymore, but you can post, and people will give you answers. And they've always been really quick to give me answers, and they're really, overall, everyone's been really respectful and kind, and wants to help you learn. But if you remember, I suddenly had negative prestige in episode 17. I couldn't remember. Or I didn't realize why that happened. And the game never warned me that I was going to get negative prestige, but it's when we gave when we sent the letter to our brother about giving us Kildare, and he said, no way, and then we said, okay, fine, we'll go to war over it. What I didn't realize is we actually had a truce with our brother from before when he rose up against us. We had a mutual truce from that war. And when I went to war on the plot, that actually counted as breaking the truce. Now, I don't know if that's the way it's meant to be or not. I mean, we can look at our... well, we got 10 prestige from the hunt. We can look at our brother. He hates us, but he doesn't have a broke the truce modifier. Same thing with like just anyone else in our realm, any other Catholic. Normally, if you break a truce, if you just declare war, you're a truce breaker, and everybody dislikes you more for that. I believe you even get an icon here that shows that you're a truce breaker. So that was just kind of a... I didn't realize what had gone on, and it was because we had that truce that I didn't realize that we had. Sometimes, at least in the past, and it's something I don't really pay much attention to because the game is really good at telling you when you have a truce and warning you before you break it until something like this happens. But you can get one-way truces. If someone attacks you and you beat them, then, or even if they beat you possibly, then the truce is only one way because they're the ones who declared war, and then you can turn around and declare war on them without breaking a truce. But in this case, that wasn't the case. I thought it would be since he rebelled against us, but who knows? Not all that important. Our wife is our lover. She loves us. Good. Pop out some babies. So, That was brought to my attention. I think, oh, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now, but I think the forum user was Sopot, S-O-P-O-T. That's pretty close. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And hey, I never claimed to know more than anybody else about this game. I only got about 300 hours into it, and until recently, I took a bit of time off, and I've got back into it a little more with the old gods and some of the DLC, the republics and stuff, but just some of the gameplay is so different depending on who you're playing as. And this guy's special interest for us, so we see a lot of stuff that he's doing, which I'm okay with that, since we don't get a lot of pop-ups or notifications in this window anyways. It's December 5th. I think I can have a feast, right? Yeah. It's been more than a year. You know, why not? We're still hoping to maybe get tempered. I probably could have squeezed in another hunt. I do have a decent amount of money. I like to keep some on hand just in case I need mercenaries. But we may want to start thinking about upgrading our holdings. We also probably want to think about... Well, that's what I was going to do. I was going to look around the realm, see if we can get some good claimants in our court. And press some more wars. More claims. While I was busy preparing for my feast, a troop of wandering junglers, we've had this one before. Yeah, that'll be great entertainment. Everything's costing a little more now because we make more. It's based upon our yearly income. We need some boar meat. So we can send our son out. That can't be right. He's 15. Ooh, he's 15. Aha! We need to switch his educator. See if we can get him something better than whatever I am. I'm not going to send a 15-year-old out hunting. For some reason, I don't think this is the way it's supposed to work. But it's a good way to get him some prestige. It's not a lot, but we can give him some prestige that way. I can hunt myself. Well, I'm not going to be going to war anytime soon. And our marshal doesn't like us very much, so send out the marshal. You get hurt? Nope. Good. One thing I do want to show you on our son, I looked into it really quick before I started recording again. He is homosexual. I think we know that just because of he's our heir and we will play as him. He's in our dynasty. But our opinion of him doesn't say that doesn't say that we dislike him because he's homosexual. And we would. But here's an interesting thing you can do. If we right-click on his portrait, and we right-click on this button that comes up that looks like his portrait again, there's a Go to Character Relations button. If we click on this, we can see what everyone else thinks of him. So, for instance, this mayor, his opinion of aid, and it's just based, he's got 6 diplomacy, and he likes him 6. He doesn't like him because he's a foreigner. So no one here knows that he's gay. And if they did, there would be a negative modifier unless something's changed very recently. Because my last playthrough, when I was over in Sweden, my heirs, I had 2 twin girls as my heirs. And either right as my character died or right afterwards. But when my main heir was 12 or 13, she came out to the entire world that she was gay. So I had a gay 13-year-old woman heir. Pretty much the worst thing you could possibly hope for in an heir. Just because everyone hates the fact, you know... Because I ended up dying and I had to play as this little girl. This gay little girl. And people hate having female leaders. Female... whatever you call it. I think I was a duke at the time. And they hate having children as their liege, and they hate having homosexuals as their liege. So it was quite the bad thing. Which is one of those reasons why I'm trying not to die before my son comes of age. And I'm Craven, so that's another reason why I don't want to fight in any battles. We'll roleplay that character a little bit. So, sorry, I closed that window, but once again, right-click once, right-click again, go to Character Relations, and you can see what people think of a character in your court. It's a really cool thing that I don't think a whole lot of people know about. It's maybe one of those few things that I know that other people who've been playing the game longer might not know. Oh yeah, we're just waiting on the feast. There we go. I'm going to spend just enough again. I'm going to keep doing that. See if what I heard was true. That we might become temperate that way. We need to get some positive traits on this guy. I also, looking at technology earlier, I realized this is where you can tell, if you click on the map, you can get a look at the whole world. The lighter the color, the better the technology. That's the button I was looking for way back in some other episode. So it's based on each technology. So if I wanted to bump up legalism faster, I could send my spy master to study there. But it's just a good way to really quickly see, okay, what are the lightest counties, usually in Italy, and then over in this area in the Byzantine a little bit. And a lot of these Arab countries have really good tech, actually. Not a lot of people have shipbuilding, especially if they're not on the coast. So that's just... I wasn't insane. It's just they don't have it here, just general technology. It was specific technology map. We can bump up noble customs if we want. This helps our feudal vassal opinion. We only have one feudal vassal. It's the guy that we vassalized and pushed his claim. The nobles would be counts or dukes. Popular customs is for vassal burghers, which would be the cities. And then these would be your bishops, religious. Oh, Majesty. Majesty is not bad. Get a little more piety and prestige. We have 100 points. Legalism is going to cost 120. We're close enough to it that I'm actually going to wait to try to get it. It won't help immediately, except for that short reign modifier. But the next one will bump up our demesne size for dukes. Welcome to my feast. Everyone came. Good. Our retinue's almost all the way up. One cynical comment after another. I could not take it anymore. I even tried to bribe Siobhan so she would shut up and stop firing cynical remarks at me. Stop it, please. So we dislike her more because she's just a cynical woman. And apparently, here's your coin, you cynical woman. I do try to bribe her. Doesn't look like I actually lost money from that, though. Little monthly expense for the retinue. Everyone drank wine and were happy except for the bishop, who refused more wine. I found that insulting. It's a good way to not like your vassals throwing a feast. It seems every time I get negative modifiers with multiple vassals. So our diplomacy up, our general opinion's up. That's a good thing. Take a look at our intrigue, just make sure this plot didn't get any backers. Once again, he only has 15% plot power, and when we look at him, he's got negative prestige, so a lot of people probably aren't going to like him for that reason. He's got some negative characteristics. People like me enough. I don't think anyone's going to back that plot anytime soon. Now, if the kid comes out as gay, a lot of people might. So, oh, our ambition's martial. I was thinking we might get an ambition bump there. Crap, and I forgot to move them. Every time I forget to do this. Every time. Every time. Oh well. I'm not safe, scumming. We got another tough soldier. It's not the worst thing on Earth. And he's unmarried. Let's find him a wife. As much as he may not want such a thing, he does want to continue on the dynasty, so he will make babies. Whether he likes it or not. Let's see what the game thinks might be good matches. She's not bad. Let's look at her guardian. She'll end up being a theologian, which I don't really care about. We want someone with high diplomacy or stewardship or martial. Princess of the Holy Roman Empire. That could be interesting. That would be quite the alliance, despite him having an anti-pope. And again, speaking of the anti-pope deal, now that we're out of that war, we can go see what the anti-pope declare war was about. And basically, it just helps the moral authority of the Catholic faith if we win, and we get the Pope really loves us, and that's basically it for us. It hurts the anti-Pope, and it hurts the Kaiser here quite a bit as well. So, I like seeing his stats while I look through this. But that could be interesting. I mean, her stats aren't bad. In fact, they might end up quite good. I'm going to right-click on her and go to character so I don't go to her diplomacy screen and see who her guardian is. Oh, great eminence. Let's do that. I like that. Let's go back. Do it this way. That's the easy way of doing it. He may not do it. She is, you know, a princess of a empire. A princess of a emperor. And we're just a lowly duke. Let's see. See if he'll betroth her to my son. Betrothals used to be broken. Again, the positives are outweighed by the negatives, but he'll do it. Let's try it. So when she comes of age, they'll get married. He can break the betrothal, but I don't think he will. I think it's fixed now. Okay, so let's check our... I've decided to accept your suggestion of betrothal. Awesome. Yeah, so it's not telling us that we have a retinue. Obviously we know. I'm just wondering if there's a way to tell if other people had retinues. Obviously he doesn't. Don't know. There might be a way. If you know, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Usually I just see them sitting on their owner's county in the map. We're going to do another hunt. I apologize if I'm a little scattered brain. I probably started talking about a couple things, and then things happen like my son comes of age and I freak out and forget what I was talking about. We do have enough money. We might want to start building up our counties. I'm trying to move that, but apparently I can rename it. Huh. Who knew? Can I rename anything else? Ah, I can. Not his name, apparently. I could rename Dublin. I thought that's some specific DLC that allowed you to do that. Went with the, like, you can give your character haircuts and beards and stuff. Like, after you've already started. But maybe not. Maybe you can do that with any of your titles. Let's look at, sorry, once again, I'm jumping over the place. All over the place. We can't change the petty kingdom of Tara. We can't change our name, but we can change Leinster. Yeah. Interesting. Well, maybe that could be a good reward for something. I'll name a county after you. Maybe your name's Desmond, and I won't have to change anything at all. Okay, so our court chaplain. Probably need to take a look at our count. Oh, I was going to look around and see who I can steal. We need to do that. I'm going to do that probably right away. We're almost 20 minutes in. That'll be the last thing we do. I apologize. My liege, during my stay in Dublin, I found a great philosopher who's agreed to help me with my studies to enhance culture. Awesome. With your permission, I would suggest that we employ him. I agree. So we can see that was one of the options that he could get. Almost 4% yearly chance to find the great philosopher. He did. Of course, we just gained 50 cultural technology points right off the bat. Awesome. For 31 gold. It is a little expensive, but culture is where I wanted, where legalism is, that I wanted to bump up. So now we have 160. We can bump that up. We can bump up everything except for tolerance, which we don't really need to worry about because we don't deal too much with other cultures and religion. It helps if we're like taking over other lands, but we won't be over there anytime soon. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to take legalism right now. Let's do that. I also am going to move my spy master and have him go study technology. So, pause it real quick. Improved keeps, nah. None of this will matter until I actually start building stuff, which I won't anytime soon. I'd much rather build another castle, to be honest, since I have the domain limit. And just there's more troops that are directly mine that I can raise and deal with people who might rise up against me, or with my marshal in that county while he's helping with levy size and reinforcement rate. It's effective for every single holding in that county that I have. So if I build a bunch of castles there, they will all benefit from him in there doing his training troops option. Wow, all these are just barely passed. Okay. So, like I said, let's put our spy master studying technology. We can look at what I really want now is some military organization. Our buddy here in Orvieto is still bad at state intrigue, and he's got some good stuff. So let's do that. Study technology, Orvieto. Great. So now if we look at technology, we'll see that that's almost up to 10% per year chance. That'll help. Legalism isn't moving at all. We're probably ahead of him in legalism. We're probably ahead of a lot of people in legalism. We can look. So we're pretty bright. We're a full 3. Oh, I wasn't supposed to click. You just mouse over and it shows you. So they're a little over 3. Orvieto's at 3. So that's why we're not getting anything turning with him. But yeah, overall, we're pretty much leading the pack. And Kona is the only one that's obviously higher than we are, and even then, he's still at 3 something. October. I missed the hunt. Ugh. You can leave things paused, but that's okay, right? Oh no, it's through. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it paused, but for at the end of this video, just really quickly, I'm gonna look at each county here in Ireland or duchy and just see if they have claimants. I go to they have claims, but it won't show me the claimants. Okay. And just see who will come to my court. I'm not going to check really close about bribes or anything like that. I'm just going to look really quickly and see if someone obviously will come. We got the entire kingdom. Ooh. Decent steward. Are you married? We can mouse over. He does have a spouse. We can look at his spouse as well. She's 20. Great diplomacy. So, you know, if one of them dies, we can... But either way, we'll get probably some pretty decent kids in our court. He probably won't like us much when he comes in. His claim is on the entire petty kingdom. So on that duchy. Yeah, I just wish we had more land to give out. You'll notice the guy we gave Ossory to, he loves us because we pressed his claim, but he desires the Duchy of Leinster now. I don't know if I mentioned that before. So that's not great. However, we could plot to revoke it. Then he would not like us very much at all. But, you know, we could. Or we could kill off his kids or something. If we had better intrigue, which we don't. So, let's look at his claim real quick. It's a strong claim. His kids will get it as well. Which I'm a little concerned about because he's stressed. Okay. This kid's 0, but let's do it. Let's just get him here. Back to court. Don't need to keep on messing around with that. We got the County of Connacht, so we can look at people that have claims to that as well, not just the duchy. No claims there. We can always check our own claims if we're concerned about those. Ah, interesting. He would come to court. What's his claim? It's a strong claim on the kingdom. He's very old. You have children? He does have children, so they'll get it. These are adult children, so they probably they may not come with him. He's content. But how old are you? Almost 70? We'd have to press that quick. But hey, if he dies, he dies. Big deal. His wife can still have kids for a couple years. Yeah, let's invite him too. Why not? So let's look at this county of Ormond. She won't come. Let's look at the county of Thomond. No claimants. And we already did Desmond. Okay, great. So we can potentially get this duchy or this duchy if we press those claims. And we will certainly think about doing that. We are very close to making the Kingdom of Ireland. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, feel free to leave some comments. Let me know where I've screwed up, or if you have any questions, or if you just love things. And if you do like it, please like, especially the first few episodes, so people will come in if you found it useful. Share the wealth. Let them find it useful as well. All right, I will see y'all later.